All right, guys, welcome back to the Tony X Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We'll get you picks here today from this college football card. NBA, back to the tournament, in-season tournament cup action. We'll have some college hoops, and we'll end it with the NHL. Let's meet the cameras, and we'll get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much, Tony. Glad to be back. Busy day yesterday. Got everything squared away, so I'll be good. You'll see me all the way right to the next year. So definitely everything lined up to be focused and continue to crush the books. College hoops treated me well to start the season. Can't complain there. Another winner there. Went 2-3, so it wasn't a losing day. Got a little bit juiced, so hey, you have those days. It's my first losing day this week, so definitely can't complain. On to the weekend. Love this weekend's action. Let's get it.
A lot of action here this weekend. Let's say hello to Jorge. Jorge, what's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm glad to be back after having some technical difficulties
Just jinxed him. You just jinxed yourself, there, Jorge. you just absolutely jinxed yourself. Right when you say technical difficulties, look what happens.
Difficulties?
Oh my goodness. Never. That's something you don't want to say on a live stream, bro. Because I think they have that coded. When you say that, boom, they get you. Let's say hello to Solo. Solo, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Went 1-1 yesterday, light cards. We kind of got in them books and studied heavy on their college basketball. Went through 1 or 2 divisions yesterday. Just getting ready to move forward. Nice card today. NBA's back. Let's get into it. Let's make some money.
Let's do it. Say hello to Chris. Chris, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. Went 1-1 as well yesterday. Dropped my NFL, but got my NBA play, and then NBA Cup is back tonight. So look forward to that.
Yep, absolutely. Looking forward to that NBA Cup action. So let's get it going. We'll start with college football tonight. We'll do them in pairs here as we've got Friday night action here. Wyoming, Colorado State. The Rams are going to lay 9.5 at home, total 46.5. North Texas and UTSA. Let's see. We've got this one moving around. We see ones in some of the sharp books right now. Maybe a change of favorite here, but we're seeing some books have North Texas one, some have UTSA one, some have them actually a pick. Let's start with Rod.
Yeah, it's all over. So definitely shop your number or whatever you like there, because it's I see North Texas a +1, I see a -1, I see a pick 'em. It's like definitely shop the number you like. So we did the first 2. We're just doing
first two. Yeah, first 2. Yeah.
North Texas, Wyoming, Colorado State. Yeah, not my favorite 2 in this in this time block, but I'm gonna go with North Texas on the road. I'm just not a fan of UTSA on the road runners. So like 72.5. Ooh, I'm gonna take the under. We've seen. People are expecting a big, giant, high-scoring game that we get in the A's. 72, that's a touch high for my liking, and I'm going to take the under 72.5 in that one. What Army was last week. Do you think all of a sudden that's going to change? And I know the defenses aren't the greatest here, but 72.5, what does that work out to touchdown-wise? 8 is 56, 64. That's still not even – that's like 9 touchdowns. And that still doesn't even get you up and over the give me the under 72 in that one. And the Wyoming, Colorado State, I got to pass on that one. It's like, I would lead to Wyoming in the 9.5, but Wyoming's been awful. So, I can't. No premium there. Pass.
No premium there? All right, let's move on to Jorge. Let's try not to say technical. That's a jinx word.
Don't say that word.
Don't say that word, Jorge. That's jinx. That's a big jinx there.
myself today if I put up
I don't know. All right, so we got Wyoming, Colorado State, North Texas, UTSA, the first 2 in college football.
Colorado State is sneaking underneath the radar so much that they might actually get into the Mountain West Championship game. They don't play BYU or Boise State, and they don't play UNLV. So that's really the thorn in the side for the Rebels as far as being out of the college playoffs. So that's a tight game, and that's a rivalry. They're not very far from each other. It's kind of an unknown rivalry. There's no reason except that they're right up the highway from one another. I'll take a lead towards Wyoming covering the spread against them here, but it truly is a toss-up.
There from Jorge on over to Solo.
Yeah, the North Texas UTSA game. I like McCown from UTSA. I think they go up and down and score some points. North Texas, obviously all season, they've scored points. The total is very high. I actually think it's going to go over, but I'm going to have a strong lean on North Texas. I'm going to leave that Wyoming, Colorado State game alone. Heavy card today.
Let me go on over to Chris. There, Chris. No,
I jinxed
I
everybody.
guess I'm the one that's. I didn't say the words, so
all right.
I'm not
Okay.
getting jinxed. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to lean towards Wyoming to cover. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10, but that's just a lean. Otherwise, I'd leave it alone, and I don't want any part of that North Texas game.
All right, I'll tell you what I think on these. I'm going to go ahead and take Wyoming plus the points. The Colorado State passing defense is not very good here. I think they're giving up almost 8 yards per pass attempt. I think I'll take Wyoming here plus the points. I did hear a bookmaker on one of the Vegas shows say that if they had to make a line on Colorado State, Boise State in a Mountain West Championship game, they make Boise State 20-point favorite in that game. So interesting note there. Yeah. North Texas, I'm going to take UTSA here in this one at home. In this one, Roadrunners 4-1 at home here to the spread, facing a team that allows 5.9 yards per play or greater. They've been able to win against these type of teams. Being ranked 3-7. I don't know who's typing. Someone's typing so loud. They're being 3-7 to the spread on the road here, following a home game. So we'll go UTSA here plus the 1. All right, let's continue here on the 26 morning show as we ready to go to conclude this college football club.
That was just all like man.
Yeah.
That's all I hear.
We got here UCLA-Washington here. Washington laying 4.5 at home. Houston and Arizona. Arizona now favored here, 2 total 46.5. We go on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in this one, I'm going to take UCLA in the first half. They've been money after weeks of first half. So I'm not getting off that train of UCLA in the first half. Give them to me on the money line. They come out in that first half, and they always kick butt. Do they let their foot off the gas and let teams right back in the second half? Yeah, they do sometimes. But sometimes they will go right through the game. But that first half, UCLA has been leading. So I'm not going to get off that train. Give me UCLA money line in that first half. And then, you know what, I'm going to take Houston. You look what Arizona's been doing, and they haven't been good. I think the wrong team's favored there in that one. Houston's been rolling right along. Arizona's lost, their last 3 games? Yeah, I think the wrong team's favorite there. Give me the Cougars to come into Arizona and upset Arizona there and get the win.
Here we go on that hot Arizona coach on that hot seat. There's always rumors already
Fired
about
tonight.
that. Yeah,
Fire
very happy there on over to Jorge.
First year, right?
Yeah, first year already.
Boy, how the tides have turned, man. I remember everyone was bashing the shit out of UCLA. It was horrible. They have no chance. They shouldn't be in the Big Ten. I remember people saying that. I can't remember who it was. Somebody up north. That's the hell out of them. That they didn't even deserve to be there. But I said it, man. Money programs have athletes. It's just a matter when they get out there, they get some chemistry. You can't count them out. If it's a small school, doesn't have any money, they don't have any depth. So UCLA just finally put some players in there that are playing some ball. Did I think they'd be as good? Absolutely not. Did I think they'd cover some spreads? Absolutely. Because those are still top recruits that can develop them. Yeah, I'm going to take UCLA in this spot. Washington came out gangbusters. There's a new coach, new defensive coordinator. It's probably going to take them a little bit of time to develop. But UCLA is playing well, man. They're just not turning the ball over. Been very efficient, and defense has stepped up a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny hearing the extremes from Chip Kelly and Mick Cronin about the NL. One embracing it, the other one hating it. And it's interesting there when you hear them talk. On over to Solo.
Yeah, the UCLA Washington game. I like what Deshaun Foster has going with the Bruins. I really like Eric Bieniemy stepping up, taking over this offense and taking the young quarterback and then slowing the game down and putting them in good spots to move the chains. I think they have a chance to cover the spread. I do like Jed Fish. I like Washington secondary. I think Washington gets a victory, but I think UCLA does get the backdoor cover with the 4.5. The Houston game, I'm going to take the over. Arizona has looked bad lately. I'm not sure what really happened with these guys. Houston is right around 500. I think they're going to find a way to get over this total 46.5.
There from the Solo. On over to Chris.
Yeah, in that Houston game, I'll definitely agree with the over. I mean, you look at their last matchup there, it was 32-17, so that gets us over there by a couple points. But I'd also lean Houston with the points there. They're 2-0 against the spread against Arizona. And then I'm going to take UCLA to get the cover.
Yeah, from Chris. All right, let's continue here. I'll tell you what I think about these games. I just wanted to take a quick look here at the weather, especially that game in Seattle. You get these, you always, sometimes this time of the year, we've seen it in Seattle, what's happened there and up in Washington, where we get these rain games. We saw that a little bit of an action there, but let's see what the weather looks like for these games. Looks like just chilly weather in Washington, 46 degrees, light wind, small chance of precipitation, nothing crazy there. Looks like the rest of the locations tonight are no precipitation, no wind at all, although maybe a little breezy there in Arizona, but nothing crazy there. So it looks like weather no factor in these games tonight.
Hey,
but,
Rod, do you want to start a weather section? I remember I used to be the guy to come on and give the weather report. It seems I know Tony owns the site and the show, but it seems like I've had my little section taken from me. Maybe we can do a small.
You had your shot. You had 2 shots to get the weather in, right? So I had to clean up the mess. You had 2 shots.
And weather's a big. I see a blustery game. I'll be on it. Believe me.
I know that.
We talking about it. You missed it. You missed it. The day that you were away on Wednesday, your normal day away. I think we were talking about. We were in the action. We were talking about blusty weather.
Talk about a bad beat. Block punt for a touchdown.
Yeah, that block punt.
And they're not kicking extra points. I have minus 13, and they go for 2 2-pointers. And the one at the end, they beat it. They were up by 14 in the first quarter. That's a bad weather beat right there. That's when you got to look at it and say, do not lay a lot of points. I lost it, but that's a great example of pay attention to the weather because that ball is a little slick. And you know what? It doesn't have to be super rainy. It doesn't have to be super windy. But when you combine them, then it becomes a headache and they can't catch the ball and it slips and dumb things happen.
Yeah, well, it's just 2+ decades of watching action during midweek in November.
Right.
So I think I've learned already to check the weather in these games. I've learned my lesson.
Absolutely.
And I've learned my lesson.
You do all the work, you get everything. You're like, yes, I love this
And
game.
you're
You
right.
put it in,
Well,
you put it in, you're all good, and then all of a sudden,
Everything's
sometimes you go,
correct.
oh, look at that game. You see on the weather, it's going to be blowing and windy, and you're like, what?
The first camera shot, the first camera shot is always the cheerleaders, and when they're bundled up with mittens, and then you know you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if they do that cheerleader shot, you see trash flying around in the background. There ain't gonna be no scoring in that game.
That's right. That's it. That's all I think with action there. I've learned my lesson going against Washington at home. That's a tough place to win. And in a primetime late night window here, I got to look at Washington here winning and covering the spread. No shot on UCLA. I think they're a program that moving in the right direction. You just got to get Chip Kelly with that negative NIL attitude out of that program. So I'll look at Washington there at laying the points. I'm agreeing with the over in this Houston and Arizona game. And you look at Houston's point production on the road, hasn't been too impressive, but they're facing this Arizona defense that has not been very good. What are they doing in the conference? Arizona's giving up 33 points a game, 5 yards per rush, 8 yards per pass attempt. I still have some confidence in Fafita. That's going to be interesting to see what he does. Does he transfer? Does he stay there? Because he's a pretty capable quarterback with Fish, but now with this coaching change, a lot of turnovers, a lot of interceptions. So Wildcats 3-0, the over at home against losing teams. I'll look for the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show as we move on over the NBA Cup series of 12 games today in Cup action. So we'll knock them out 3 at a time. We'll start here with Sixers and Magic. We got the Sixers and Magic here, but we're seeing a line move at the circa for some reason. Way off the line, might be a line error. But anyway, we got Magic laying 2, total 210.5. Heat Pacers, we got Pacers laying 4, total 229. Pistons and Raptors. The Pistons now up to 2 on the road, total 224.5, and we go on over to Rod.
Just you said that, I've seen the Pistons thing drop to 1.5. So I don't know whether that thing that line's all over. I don't trust the Raptors. It's their first game back after that big old long road trip. Give me the Pistons there in that one. I think they can come into Toronto and get themselves a win there. I like Detroit there in that one. I know Toronto at home is usually where they play their best ball, but after that road trip, I'm going to go with Detroit there. That line just seems a little light for me. I think it should be a few more for the Pistons, but I'll also lay it with the Pistons there in that one. And then give me Orlando. I don't trust this 76ers team at all. Orlando, hey, they can play some defense. And at 2.5, what was this? This didn't open at 2.5. I think it was a little lower than that, but on the rise. So, yeah, give me Orlando there in that one. I think they are the better team, and they win that one here on Friday night.
Yeah, from Ron. I'll just update some of the injury. Butler out for Miami. Nemhard, Nesmith, 2 rotational players out for Indiana. Maxey out. Drummond questionable for Philly. Banchero, Carter out for Orlando. In Detroit, something going on here. Thompson and Klintman are out. Hardaway, Fontecchio, doubtful. Ivy is questionable on the Raptor side. The same guys, Barnes, Brown, Olenek quickly, and Walter out. On over to Jorge.
Yeah, man, laying points with Detroit. That's like kissing. That's like kissing your sister. That's a hard pill to swallow. But I agree. They brought some veterans in, but when was the last time you were seriously thinking about Pistons as the line was short as a favorite? But the GM's done a lot of good moves. They had a great little core of youngsters. No one with any kind of winning experience. They brought in some veterans, and Cape Cunningham. I've been a big fan of his since he was in college. Even early on, I was like, wow, this dude's going to get triple doubles. Super talented, distributes the ball, and they're playing a lot better. But talk about where Detroit wants to be. Detroit wants to be where Orlando's at. Last year, they focused on defense. They played defense. Even without Bachero in there, it's almost like they're playing better team ball. We've seen that with some good teams over the years. Their star player goes out, oh, he's worth 6 points. Can't bet that. No, there's no way. And they actually bet the ball more because they actually 4 or 5 guys are touching the ball on every offensive set. And that makes you very efficient. You get 4 or 5 scores. Well, not 4. 3, 4 double-digit scores. And you kind of have less turnovers and a little bit shooting better percentage. Is that team better without their superstar? Of course not. You need that guy to win the game. But teams can play a lot better. So I'm definitely on Orlando in this spot.
Yeah, from Jorge on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Orlando 76ers game, I think points will be premium. 76ers are still banged up. Without Maxey in there, they lose those transition threes and those easy buckets. A lot of free throw attempts really slows the game down. Embiid doesn't really move the ball. Orlando's obviously without Banchero. They've been kind of playing defense. I think this total goes under. The Heat and Pacers game, I think I'm opposite on this game. I think the Pacers at home, I think they're going to push the pace. The Heat don't really have a lot of scores, but Bam and Hero, they're going to find a way to score 105, 110 points. This total goes over 227.
They're from Solo all over, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Magic in the Magic Sixers game. I think, they're really good at covering the spread at home. Plus, this is, like you said, Maxey's out, and I just don't trust the Sixers at all. I'm not backing them at all until they give me a reason to. But Magic's an easy pick there. And then, yeah, definitely Indiana and Miami take the over. They're coming in off being runners-up from last year's tournament, and they just played super fast last year in that one. So I think they run it up again. And then I know the Raptors are coming off the bad thing, off the road trip there, but I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one, so I'd rather just have the plus points. And I think right now, I know the lines flip back and forth, but I think the Raptors are plus points right now. So that's kind of just a pick 'em. I'd probably leave it alone, but I'd lean to whoever gets the plus points in that one.
All right, they're from Chris. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'll look here at the Pacers at home. The Pacers 24. They've been pretty solid here at home here, covering spreads 24-14 the spread at home, facing teams that allow 46% shooting or greater. So these poor defensive teams, they've been able to get the cover here. Boy, they've shot the ball well at home. Getting back to this Pacers form that we know and love, 50% shooting overall at home, 43% from three. Look at the Pacers there. The Magic, that Magic is playing some solid defense this year. Tops in home defensive efficiency this year. Philly having their struggles defending, shooting the basketball. On the road, just 44% overall, 32% from three. And they can't defend on the road this year, 50% overall giving up. I'll take Orlando here, laying the point here. And I'm going to be on the Pistons here in this spot. Toronto's not been a very good spread team at home. And this Pistons team, when you look at them here on the road, they're making their threes and the holding teams are 45% shooting overall. And they've been a very good defensive team. They're third in road defensive efficiency this season. So the difference here with the Pistons, they're not shooting it at a good level, but the defense has been at elite level here for this Pistons team. So we'll go ahead and take the Pistons in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here on the show with the next series of games here. We will be looking here at the Wizards and Hawks. Looks like the Hawks laying 9.5 at home. High total now up to 241, 41.5, 242 now at Pinnacle. So this was on the way up. Nets and Knicks here. The Knicks 9.5, total 216. Bulls and Cavs 10.5. There's 11 out there. Total coming here at 237.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at these two in the spot. You're looking at Washington taking on Atlanta, right? 242. I think it's just way on the rise. As always, it's like Atlanta doesn't play defense. They're giving up well over 116 points a game this season. And, Washington does versus bad teams. They cover spreads. This 9.5 is the same cover that they had against the Spurs the other night. And what was I on? The Blizzards. Give me the Blizzards again there in that one. They're 13-2 ATS versus bad teams that don't play defense, and that's what the Hawks are, giving up 116. So 13-2 ATS for the Blizzards when they're going against bad defenses. I'll take it. Give me the Wizards plus the points there in that one, and then give me the Nets. They just continue to cover spreads. 6-0 ATS after they've covered 3 or 4 spreads this season. Why not make it another one? Give me the Nets plus the points there in that one. $2. Take the points.
From Ryan, I'll give you updates here on these injuries here. Bay and Brogdon out for Washington. Bogdanovich, Bufkin, Grezny, Lundy, and Zeller out. Young in here for the Hawks, Bulls, and Cavs. We've got Ball out. Senugo, a probable for Chicago. On the Cleveland side, Bates, Merrill, Strus out. But we have Allen and Mobley probable in this game. Nets and Knicks. We've got Bogdanovich, Sharp, Watford out. Claxton, questionable. Finney-Smith, probable. On the Knicks side, we've got Robinson, Achua are out. Towns, McBride, questionable. Payne, Brunson's probably caught up there. On to Jorge.
Brunson's going to play no matter what. He's like Iverson. He's got to be shot in both legs. He still might limp out there and play. So, bro, you're always going to count on him being in the game. Man, I've been on. I've liked the Brooklyn Nets just as gamers, man. Thomas is just always fired up. Always has that team playing. Since they're big trades, they give them away. They just always find a way to cover spread. They just stay in there. They're gamers. They've showed it this year. I mean, and I like them. I wish I'd just been on them relentlessly. They covered so many games out of the gate. And then they against the Knicks, it doesn't even matter who's hurt, guys. It is a rivalry. They're going to play as hard as they can, whoever they put out there. And two teams that are banged up with no clear advantage and not having either chemistry, putting that many points, it's a no-brainer to take the Nets. And, Atlanta's just awful right now. They play absolutely no defense. They cherry pick. They don't come back on the other half of the court for nothing. No way in the world almost lay 10 with them for once. And I think maybe the only time that it'll ever happen. I agree with both with Rod.
They're from Jorge on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Nets and the Knicks game. I agree with Jorge. I think this is a physical style game. The Knicks are banged up. The Nets don't have a lot of offensive explosion. Cam Thomas is out there. He's going to take a bulk of shots, but I think this total is going to go under 216. The Wizards-Hawks game, you got to take the Wizards. I mean, the Wizards won 2 games this season. Both games were versus Atlanta. Now they're going to give us 9.5 points. It's tough not to sprinkle on the money line, but you have to take the Wizards with the points. Atlanta plays zero defense. Like Jorge said, they're cherry picking, they're shooting the 3. Nobody's getting back. It's rough to watch. Take the over.
They're from Solo on
and
over.
The Wizards with the points.
And the Wizards with the points there. And over to Chris.
Yeah, definitely going to take. I know it's 241. It's rising, but that's that's not terrible for these two. You look at their last one; they had the Wizards had 133, and Atlanta put up 120. So they just run all over each other with it. But they still won by 13. In their last one, I think they won by. Looks like they won by 2, so give them the Wizards 9.5. Or take the Wizards there and take the over, and then I just keep cashing with the Nets. So we're just gonna keep riding that with the points.
There from Chris. Tell you what I think about these games here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the points here with the Bulls. This is a team that's making threes and defending 3-point stripe pretty well. In Cleveland, they've not been a good favorite when they're laying double digits or more, just 3-8 to the spread here. And although the Cavs have put impressive numbers, it's just I respect this Bulls team on the road making their threes and defending the stripe there. So I'll look at a plus there. I may look over in that Knicks and Nets game. In this spot here, the Nets shot the ball very well on the road, hitting 37% from 3. They also make 85% of their free throws. And boy, this Knicks home form too much here. 49% shooting at home, 39% from 3. I'll look over there. Yeah, I'm going to be that one guy on the island going under in Washington, Atlanta. The issue here is I just don't trust Washington to make shots on the road. I mean, they're just 26th in road offensive efficiency. I would trust this more if Washington were the home team. I'm with the over here, but I've seen too many times where Washington can't hit a lick. And sometimes you can play good defense by accident because the opponent can't shoot. You see that more in college, but the way this Washington Wizards team shoots the basketball on the road, just 44% overall, 34% from 3. It's hard for me to go over when you're shooting this poorly on the road, so I'll go under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This More Show as we continue here from the NBA, this 12-game card from the Cup. We will start with the Lakers and Spurs. The Lakers have crept up to 3.5 in some spots, total 227. Suns and Thunder. We've got the Thunder favored now, 7.5. I'm seeing 8 start to pop up. Clippers and Rockets, the rematch from a couple of days ago here, line near the same. The Rockets 4.5, 5, total 214.5. We started off with Rock.
Yeah, for me in this spot here, I only like one of these games here in this spot, and I like the over between Phoenix and OKC. Both these teams offensively we're going to shine here in this one. You look, Phoenix 8-4 to the over, Oklahoma 6-6 to that over. But you look OKC versus teams with winning records. The good teams, they fly over. 5-0 to the over is OKC versus the good teams. And you look Phoenix on the road, 5-0 to the over when the total is between 220 and 229.5. So I think we easily fly to the 230s between Phoenix and Oklahoma. OKC there. Give me the over there in that one. Only one I like at the spot.
Yeah, from Ron, I will update you on the injuries here. Hayes, Hood, Shafino, Vanderbilt, Wood out for LA. Hachimura is questionable. Davis probable. Jones is Okan out here for San Antonio. Here on the Clippers side, the same. Bamba and Leonard Tucker. Adams remains questionable for Houston. Suns and the Thunder here. We've got Beal, Durant, Gillespie out. Nurkic, Allen questionable. Caruso, Hardenstein, Holmgren, Williams out for OKC. On to Jorge.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys can help me out here. I don't think the Spurs have played since Popovich had a stroke, right?
Yeah, they've had.
They played.
Yeah, they beat. I think they beat the Kings with
Popovich
Couple.
I wasn't really sure. I wasn't on top. I've been more focusing on college basketball.
And then they beat the Wizards. They beat the Wizards by what, 8 or by 9?
9.
All right, well, I'm gonna stay on that run. I mean, everybody loves Pop, especially as players, and if anything, they're just gonna keep going on that streak. And I've just been wrong about the Lakers. I want to take them in this spot, but so I'm gonna just jump to the other side. I just haven't been able to peg them either. I'm on them and they pitch a dud, or I go against them when I'm sure some of them cover, and not only they win outright. So or they blow past the spread. So, but I like San Antonio. They're a young group. Chris Paul is really getting these youngsters, teaching them how to play basketball, where to be, spaced on the floor, and play to where you have your shot. These youngsters, they don't want to shoot at the 3 or go to the hole. That's not what basketball is about, man. You got to find your place on the court that's your shot, and make yourself open for when you don't have the ball, when you're off the ball. And I think Chris Paul has really gone a long way with showing these guys how to play offensive chemistry. I'll go with the Spurs.
Yeah, from Jorge on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Suns OKC game. The Suns are struggling. Definitely without KD. Bill is out. They're struggling to put up points. His defense is giving up a lot. I thought Budenholzer was going to make a big difference. It's not really. I don't really see it so far. I would lay it with OKC. I'm gonna take the Clippers on the money line. I think it's a bounce back spot. Clippers got beat the other day. I think they bounce back in this one. I think Tyronn Lue makes the in-game adjustments. I think the Clippers are aware of what this in-season tournament brings, and as far as the seeding and the money and all those other things, they got a lot of guys on the team that don't make money. I think they show up and get the W tonight.
Yeah, from Solo on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Thunder in that one. Like you said, the Suns are banged up right now, and then they lose Bill too. I definitely don't trust Booker and the rest of them, so I'd take OKC in that one. And then the Lakers Spurs, and you got the Lakers coming back in as defending champions from last year. This is kind of their, I don't know, as much as I'd like to take the Spurs, this is kind of the Lakers spot. Like they come in, this is a big tournament style thing. They're trying to maintain that they're the defending champs. So I'm going to put it with the Lakers in this one, just as the opening game.
Yeah, from Chris, I want to think about this game. Yeah, but the Lakers there, I'm going to be on the opposite there. I'm going to look Spurs plus the points. LA on the road this year, last in road defensive efficiency, giving up 121 points per 100 possessions, a -10 net rating. Again, there's no bench. There's too reliant on these starters here, this LA Lakers team. With all connected, starting to show some signs, though. That's some hope for him there. But he may hit he may be up in the starting lineup, and then Russell to the bench, like we saw here. San Antonio, what they're doing here, they're playing very well on their home court, 8th in home offensive efficiency. And when you're looking at home, hitting 49% overall, 38% from 3, and they hold teams at 45% shooting, 33% from beyond the arc. So like that the home form here for the Spurs team. It's been pretty good. LA 1-7 of the spread on the road when they're favored by 6 points or less. And I'll look here at the Spurs at that plus price. Also in this slot, I'll look at I'm in there with OKC laying the points here. OKC defense really strong. Phoenix has been poor defensively on the road this year. 24th in defensive efficiency, allowing 118 points per 100 possessions, and they're giving up 52% shooting, 40% from three on the road. That's pretty brutal there. And I'm going to come back into Houston Rockets team just been too strong as a home favorite. You look at some of the trends here with Houston at home. They just get it done, and really it's their rebounding there. And they're not. They look at their shooting numbers. So how the hell is this team doing it? Because they're rebounding better than anybody at home. Second in home defensive efficiency, and the top rebounding team at home this season. And I'll look at Houston in this spot again against the Clippers. There's just too much. Just the Rockets here, play them at home, fade them on the road. That's how I look at this team. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show as we'll close out the NBA with the following games here that close out this 12-game cup action. Nuggets and Pelicans. Nuggets 4.5 on the road, total 220. Grizzlies and the Warriors, a really good one tonight. Warriors 7.5, total 236.5. Timberwolves and Kings. The Timberwolves here laying 2 on the road. The total 222. We start here with Rod.
Yeah, for me in that one, I like the Kings here at home. I don't want to lay anything with the Timberwolves. The inconsistency that we've seen from them so far, up and down. So give me the Kings as a home dog there in that one. I think they can outright Minnesota in that one. Just take a money line. But you get a point and a half, so that's why you get a point and a half, 2 points in spots. It's coming down. But take the Kings with the 2 points there in that one. And then give me the Grizzlies G League to keep it close with the Warriors there in that one. You're getting a boatload of points. Warriors have been solid, but I think the Memphis Hustle, as we used to call them, the G League. It's the Memphis Hustle playing that game there. Can keep it close. Warriors win. They don't get the cover. The Memphis Hustle will get the backdoor cover there in that one.
Hey, they did a good job last year of covering spreads. I'll tell you that.
They did. They didn't win a whole lot of games, but they definitely hustled and got
defense.
Got the cover. Yeah, they play defense usually when Morant's not in that lineup. So we've seen it played, but we haven't seen it. But the last couple, they've been trying to play track meets with teams. So run and gun, and that plays right into the hands of the Warriors. They might want to play a little defense tonight.
All right, just an update here on some of the injuries here. Gordon out for Denver. Jokic questionable. So is Concard questionable here for Denver. Again, this Pelicans team, there may be a G League. Well, no, there isn't a G League. They got Ingram and Murphy in the lineup tonight, but you got Alvarado, Hawkins, Jones, McCollum, Murray, and Zion out for the Pelicans. Suns and the Thunder. Beal, Durant, Gillespie out here. We covered that one already. Memphis and Golden State. GG, my man, GG continues to be out. We haven't seen him this season. Morant, Spencer out here. Bain, Clark, Williams questionable. On the Warriors side, we've got Melton out, Anderson probable. Again, Minnesota clean injury report. I mean, it's the healthiest team in the league this year. I've been saying that so many times. Carter, Monk out for Sacramento. Here's a big one. DeRozan is doubtful, so there's a big one there. We've gone over to Jorge.
Yeah, man, they need to fire the trainer over at Memphis. Whoever's doing to get these guys worked out and in shape and to play games, even if it's just bad luck, that guy's got to go, man. I haven't seen an injury report like that for a team that's ever crossed over years. You have a bad season. Their team have a lot of injuries, but to go from 1 year to the next and continue to have all those injuries, that's crazy. But all that being said, I read a great article this morning about how Draymond Green was calling Curry before that Mavericks game, and it just goes to show, Klay Thompson's just proven he's a complete asshole. I mean, no respect for his old organization, for the championships he won for those guys. He ghosted Curry before the game on a call. Curry called him a little bit, and then Klay ghosted him, so Curry didn't speak about it before the game, and then went out and just torched him. But that's just the identity of these Warriors, man. I mean, I kind of saw that coming anyway. But back to Rod's point, I'm agreeing way too much with him today. I don't like it, but I agree. Memphis is not playing very much defense, and the chemistry that Warrior team has right now, 10 deep to run and be efficient passing the ball. No, man, if you want to get in a track with them, you're going to lose. I don't care if it's -10.
You go from Jorge on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Warriors game. I'm going to lay it with the Warriors. I think it's a bounce back spot at home. Obviously, they won the last game, but I think they get out and run. I don't think Memphis has the bodies to really stay with them. Golden State playing like 10 bodies. They playing defense. The total's kind of high, so we might see some points. But I'll take the Warriors to cover. As far as the Timberwolves-Kings game, you guys know I'm on the Timberwolves. I'm still fading the Kings. DeRozan is out. It just seems like a spot where Minnesota's healthy. They just haven't clicked. I think tonight's the night, Friday night, tournament style, Anthony Edwards. And I'm not sure what's going on with Julius Randle, but he's got to get in the books. So I'm going to take the Timberwolves on the money line.
Yeah, from Solo on over to Chris.
Oh, you talk about G League. I think that's what Denver's playing tonight with the Pelicans. I think that's what they got there. So I would just lay it with Denver there. I think Joker plays. I mean, I know he's listed as probable, or questionable, but I still think he plays. And I take Denver there. And then got to go on the opposite side. I just did order the new Minnesota Timberwolves jersey, but tonight I'm going to go with my Kings. It's a tough matchup. It's like watching your kids play because I love both teams, but it was just terrible to watch them play Portland both times and lose both times. And the Kings are really good at home. So I would lean toward the Kings, at least with the 2.5 or 2 points as underdogs there. But Timberwolves got to do something, man. Like, they are the healthiest team, and you can't even beat Portland. Like, what's going on? So, yeah, I'd lean Kings there and Denver for the spread.
Did you get the Prince jersey?
The what?
The Prince jersey, the Timberwolves Prince jersey, or you got a different one?
I got the new one that looks like the ice, the City Connect one that just came out. I got Edwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll tell you what I think about the games. I'm going to go over here with New Orleans and this Denver Nuggets team. Denver sometimes out on the road just seems to play sleepy. They just seem to be – sometimes they don't play the strong defense. They don't lock up. They don't lock down. And the Pelicans are making threes at home. But, man, this Pelicans defense at home giving up 52% shooting, 41% from three. Denver here on the road, fourth in offensive efficiency, averaging 121 points per 100 possessions. Don't write off this Nuggets team yet, man. They've got some they're playing well. Jokic is putting up some pretty good numbers as well. Nuggets, they're making the threes on the road. I go over in this one. Again, sometimes Denver falls asleep on defense on the road. I've seen so many times, so I like the over in that one. In the let's see, T-Wolves and the Kings tonight. Boy, this is I'm going to look here at this Kings team taking the +2 in this spot. The Timberwolves not playing that elite style defense that we saw last year. They're on the road this year, 18th in defensive efficiency. Sacramento here playing really well offensively at home this season. Looking at the Kings, 50% shooting overall and defending at home this season. That's something we hadn't seen. Usually it's the other way around. They defend on the road. They play terrible defense at home. But this year the defense has gotten better at home. Look for Sacramento there. Grizzlies and the Warriors. I'm going to go under in this game. Memphis is playing a little bit of defense here on the road this year, holding teams at 43% overall. Don't forget the Warriors at home, 6th in defensive efficiency. And on the road, Memphis 7th in defensive efficiency. So these are two teams that can defend a little bit. And we got a really high total here. So I look to go under that 236 and a half in this one. All right, let's continue here on the 26th morning show as we get ready here for the next sport. We're going to move over to college basketball. This time of the year, we just asked the cappers, just give us what you got. We're not going to do the total time slots yet. Maybe we get that into sometime in December. We start here with Rob.
Yeah, the first one we're going to see is Vermont taking on Iona. And guess what? It's Friday night. So, Iona loves Friday night. It's the game of the week they play their best hoops. I was a little hard on Iona earlier, where I said they were going through withdrawals and having a little bit of missing patina and missing those Friday night parties. But I think you get going against Vermont. Look at this Vermont team. They're still yet to play at home. This is their 4th straight road game to kick off the season. And now you want to lay that much with Vermont? Vermont's not that good. They stink. You look at their last 2 games, they can barely score 50. And you expect them to cover the spread? And people are betting Vermont. Yikes. Give me Iona. They'll have hookers and blows all lined up after they win this game outright.
Shame on you, Rod. These are college kids. Come on. You can't be saying that. Some of them are underage. Come on.
That's exactly what they're doing. It's all lined up.
That's what they are, George.
You know you want it. So give me Iona on the money line. I think they outright Vermont. As I said, they still haven't even been home. This is a 4th game of the season on the road. And they're awful. It was 43 the previous game, 51 the game before that. They want to go home. It seems like a torture tour for Vermont. Give me Iona there in that one. Whew, that one's huge. And then the other one I like in this today's car, I like a few. 3 is premiums, but another one here that I'm looking at. Where is it here? I like UCLA. Lehigh, sure, they've been all right. They cover some spreads. Not here. UCLA is at home here in this one, and they'll roll by 30 plus. Give me UCLA there in that one. And then the other one I'm looking at is you look at Ohio State, and you're getting 6.5. I'll take the 6.5. Coming into Texas A&M, that's going to be a battle, and you're getting 6.5 points. Take it with Ohio State there. That's going to be come right down to the wire, and all those points. Yeah, you want those points in your pocket. And then the other one I'm looking at, late night game. You look at Oregon State here taking on CSU Fullerton. Lay it with Oregon State. They're off to a hot start, scoring an average of well into the 80s to kickstart their season. And Fullerton not going to be able to keep up. The Beavers whoop it up, win by 30 plus there in that one. Lay it with Oregon State.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Jorge.
Man, I used to pride myself on knowing the mascots of every single school in universities, but I learned a new one today. Do you guys know who the Texas Rio Grande Valley mascot is? Do you guys know?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
That's so familiar. I should know this one, too, because I've covered this game.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, goodness.
The Vaqueros.
Vaqueros, yeah, Spanish Cowboy. Vaqueros, yeah. I was going to say Spanish Cowboys. Yeah, that's right.
I just wanted to see if it wasn't just me because I looked at it, I was like, damn, I had no clue on that one.
Yeah, Big Al used to say it all the time.
Yeah, that was
he always wanted Vaquero. He'd always give out that game on the shows. That's how I remember.
Yeah. No, they can run and gun, and for good reason. And of course, the Buccaneers over Charleston Southern. Guys, that's going to be a track meet. One thing with this NIL, and now that it's out to 300 teams, there ain't no depth. When you got no depth, you can't play much defense. And what I'm seeing is I put out 3 totals over yesterday. I think I went 2-1 on them, barely missing one. These teams are just running and gunning, man. I mean, it's just a new style of offense. If you're going to do pick and rolls at the college level, they ain't playing no D. They're missing shots, long rebounds. That just creates fast breaks all day long. They're not putting the ball in the paint to have closer rebounds to the basket. So, and I'm an under guy. I love defensive basketball games and letting the clock run, and they take their time bringing it up the court. But we're not seeing that in college this year. I always try to kind of gauge how the style of plays come in and what might influence those. But I think this NIL spreading it out from, the classic, and I'm outdating myself here, back from 110 teams to like 300 plus. Not as much defense, guys. A lot more offense. So I'm on the over on that one with the Vaqueros. And also with Rod, I was on Ohio State last year on their little run with the new coach. All they done this year is come in and beat Texas here in Las Vegas, straight up as a dog. So I'm with Rod on that one.
This isn't a Vegas joke here. So you take the Vaqueros, you got to call them the Jimmy Vaqueros. That's what you guys call them. Right. That's right. We're on over to Solo.
Yeah, I got about 4 premiums in college basketball tonight, so I'll focus on the daytime action, give you a nice little afternoon parlay. I like New Orleans. I like the Privateers to beat up on Stonehill, take them on the money line. Virginia and Villanova. I'll take Virginia with the +5. Villanova's still figuring things out. They're not very explosive on offense. I actually like Tennessee Tech to get the cover over VMI. Nice little afternoon parlay, little pizza money.
There you go. From Solo on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Alabama-Purdue game. And I'm going to take the over. You look at what they're doing. Alabama's 49.4% field goal percentage, and they're averaging 90 points. And then Purdue's averaging 84.7, so I think that gets us over. I think we're sitting at 164, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to take the over in that game.
I'll tell you the one I like. One I'm going to agree with Rod in this one. The one I like here is UCLA. They look like the bullies this year, the UCLA team. They brought in some really good players. Lehigh, all games on the road this year. On Tuesday, they were in Columbia, and then they make the trip out to L.A.
2 covers, though.
Yeah, 2 covers. They got covered there.
And I tell you what, that UCLA team's got no chemistry, man. They don't have no assists. They need to take Sebastian Matthews and put him in the starting lineup because they're point guard right now. They're all lost on the starting 5, but they're super athletic. They're very good. They play defense. But, it's hard to lay points. I mean, I had to sweat that cover
in the second half.
Boston, they shouldn't have covered, but they did. So,
yep. And the issue with Lehigh is after the 3 games, 347th in offensive rebounding, 350th in defensive rebounding. They can't really guard in the interior. And I just think this is a situation where again, you can't rebound the basketball. You're going to get out muscled here by the Bruins. This is kind of a team they can go in there and just bully around. So I'll look.
Yeah, they got a tournament built team for sure, Tony. Their post, their interior, 2-3 guys. They can rotate 4 guys. They just come in there and dominate in the paint. So they may not light it up or cover big spreads during the regular season, but they got a tournament built team. When they don't call fouls, they're going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they can't shoot.
Yeah, shooting there, and then also with Lehigh, 338th in the nation in size. So this is like a
bad spot. Yeah.
That's a bad spot there for Lehigh. All right,
you can easily shoot when you're right next to the bucket. You just have to reach up and put it in, right?
So, yeah, they're not going to shoot.
Chemistry is horrible, but they are great at being old school about getting that high percentage shot, just being right next to the hoop.
And also they're playing for contract. Don't forget, everyone's on every college basketball player is on a contract year because next year there's more NIL money coming. So don't forget about that. That's something needs to keep an eye on as well. And when we talk about no chemistry, a bunch of transfers, what do you think they're out there for? They're out there to get that next paycheck next year. Everyone's on contract years in college basketball. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Okay, we're going to go on to NHL. So we're going to say bye to a couple of guys who don't own skates. We'll start with Jorge first. We'll see what Jorge has going over at TonySpeaks.com right now. Huge weekend. We're in November. All these sports overlapping. We should be seeing, obviously, college football games, the big games coming up here from college football, NFL in action as well, college hoops. Pretty soon we're going to get these tournaments coming, Parlay tournaments coming up here in November. What do you have going on over at Tony's? It's a great year for Jorge, over 2,400 units of profit.
Yeah, definitely going to have some college basketball games out today. I have our early pick going in these early games, so jump on that. And my late team's doing extremely well. Just kind of having a little bit of extra time to research these teams, I got my blue ribbon yearbook over here, still using it. My goal is to read about all 300 teams, if possible, before they start conference play, and let it get some dust and bring it back out during the Final Four, man. It's the best information you could get. So I'll be all over that, and still having a great year in college football here on Tony's Picks. So definitely get a package, 3 days, a week, a month, and you will get those late steam picks come right to your email, and you can jump in on the action.
That's right, guys. You got to go over at TonySpeaks.com. Remember, the long-term pass are your best value right now. Promo code TonyT at checkout will knock 15% off your package. Link in the description. TonySpeaks.com. You'll find Jorge. Right on the homepage is amongst your unit leader right now for the 1 year all sports leader over at TonySpeaks.com. All right, Jorge, have yourself a great afternoon, evening, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, you guys all have a winning day. Good luck in hockey.
All right. Let's see. Let's go over to Solo. See what he has got for sale over at 26. He's off to a hot start in college hoops.
Yeah, I got 6 total picks today. So, we outside. We're going to try to stack them up brick by brick. We got 3 NBA, 3 college basketball. Seeing the board pretty good. Loaded heavy card today. So, did the research. Just ride with me. We're going to collect this cash. Paired me up with one of the good cappers over at the site. You see who's on the board. Hot Rod, Chris, Tony T, the homie Jorge. Pair us up. Let's put this money in your pocket. 3 days, week, month. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Neat. So we'll have a monster month here in college hoops. Get on board. Long-term pass will serve you well. Don't forget at checkout, use that promo code 20T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, Solo, it's always great having you on the show. Keep up their great success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Appreciate it, man. Good luck to everybody. Let's make some money.
Make some money indeed. Sure. So here on the Tony This Morning Show, all right, we'll continue on here. Chris and I will observe, and as we'll let Ron handle the NHL card here for Friday night. So let's take a look at what we got on Friday night skates. We'll start here with 5 games. We'll start here. Penguins, Blue Jackets. We've got the Penguins favorite, $1.21, total 6.5. Capitals, Avalanche. We've got the Avs, $1.50, total 6.5. Then the Knights, Golden Knights on the road against the Hockey Club. We got Knights, $1.11, total 6.
Yeah, you look at we'll look at Vegas taking on Utah. This is a revenge game already. Utah won earlier, 4-3 in overtime in that one, and now it's at 6. I would lean to an under. I don't think we see as many the same high-scoring game we've seen in the previous. That was in Vegas. This one's in Utah, and I would lean to Vegas to get their revenge as well in that one. But I like the under 6. Vegas, Utah. Pittsburgh and Columbus. I don't want to lay anything with this Penguins team that's ass. They stink. You can't beat Detroit. You are ass. And as I said, their GM and Dubas wants to sell everybody off. So it's going to get really ugly if you're a Pittsburgh Penguins fan this season. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse because he's going to sell off everybody. Well, he's going to try to, but they have too many guys in such deep contracts. It's going to be trouble. So lay it with Columbus at home. Nice plus price there in that one. Lead to an over. Pittsburgh defense stinks on the road, giving up well over 4 goals a game. So take the over there in Columbus. And then the last one, or do we just do the two?
Knights Hockey Club. Knights Hockey Club.
Knights and Hockey Club? I just did that one. So we did two. And then we'll do the last three. Caps
Avalanche, Predators, Flames, Red Wings, and the Ducks here. We got the Avs $1.50, total 6.5. We got the Flames here, Dogs here in Nashville, $1.19, total 6. The Red Wings favorite on the road, $1.41, total 6.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, that's Colorado. First, we're going to look at Colorado, Washington, and Colorado's been playing some pretty good hockey, starting to turn their season around, even including Georgiev and net. So only one way to go there. Give me Colorado over Washington. Ovi and company play their better hockey at home, not on the road. They played a lot of hockey at home already. Give me Colorado there in that one. And Nashville, Calgary, these games are always close, tight between these two teams. Nashville's on the back-to-back here. They played the Oilers last night, lost 3-2 there in that one on McDavid's 1,000-point night. So you can see the loss there, but I like this game to go to overtime. I think it's 3-3 heading to overtime, so take the over and take I think Nashville gets the job done in overtime, but I like the 60-minute draw there in that one. It's going to need some extra time to decide a winner. And then looking at Detroit and the Ducks in that one, you look both teams to struggling to score goals. And at 6.5, this total is way too high. Detroit's averaging less than 3 goals a game on the year. Ducks, same. We look Ducks 10-3 to the under. Detroit 9-6 the under, and the total's at 6.5. That total's way too high. Take the under. Detroit, Anaheim.
There you go. We got him there from Ron. Just going to drop this bit of news here. Georgia running back Trevor Etienne out against Tennessee. That's just coming over right now with a rib injury. All right, we got you through the sports for today. Now it's time for our parlay segment or peripheral segment. Pat, first give out a parlay or a team total side, or they can also look at a future game. Let's start with Ron.
We're going to go with the NBA. It's the big NBA Cup going tonight, so let's go with it. We're going to take Orlando on the money line. We're going to take the Wizards plus the points and take the Nets plus the points. Little 3-teamer there for you tonight. Love that one.
From Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Kings money line, take the Nets on the points, and take the Pacers Heat over.
There you go. I'll give you one from College Hoops. I'm going to take Wyoming plus the points. Going to go ahead and lay it here, Washington, and over with Houston and Arizona. All right, we got you through the parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at Tony's Fix. As we said, heading to a monster weekend of action here in November, mid-November already. So, these college games are getting huge now. We also have NBA up there on the board, football. Rod having a great year at Tony'sFix.com. Rod, what do you got for sale?
And for me, for sale, college hoops has been absolutely lights out to start the season for me. So I've honed in on college basketball. We're on a nice 16-3 run with college basketball. So I got a nice little 3-pack up there in college hoops. One play in the NBA, one play in that college football action as well. So 5 plays today in total. This weekend, loaded action. I've got, I'm looking at about 8 college football and at least another 3 in college basketball and then a couple in the NHL. So Saturday will be a massive card. And then we got the NFL back on Sunday. So your best deal is to grab that 3-day pass. Join me for the weekend. You get everything I got going Friday, everything I go on Saturday, everything I go on Sunday. And then, me, I get stuff in early on Sunday for Monday. So basically that 3-day pass gets you 4 days of action. And then you also get emailed those late Steam plays. So definitely jump aboard that 3-day pass this weekend. And let's continue to crush the books. College hoops been absolutely lights out to start the year. And looking to continue that there. Don't forget the 2-for-1 capper promotional. Pair me up with another one of the hot cappers you see. And don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over at Tony'sPicks.com. Jump over,
right,
edit, big weekend loaded.
Big weekend. Don't forget those late steams, those plays. Of course, we allow our cappers get put plays in late during the day. Any of those plays that are put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours for game time are emailed directly to long-term subscribers, and using the email that you use to sign up for the service. We'll have the regular member plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but the handicappers continue to handicap throughout the day and night. And if they see something they like, they can not only put it in pocket, they can also get out to you with a late steam play. And of course, those are out to you. Again, those plays put in 10 minutes and 2 hours per game time, emailed directly into your inbox. So check those out if you would there. Tony's Picks there. All right, let's take a look over at Chris, see what he's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. He's been hot in the NBA here to start this young season. Chris, what do you got for sale?
Today I've got a best bet in NBA, and then I have a 3-pack in tonight's NBA Cup action. And then, that's what I've got on the site today. And then, of course, this weekend, jump on something, even 3 days. I'm going to have NBA plays. I'll have college football and NFL. I'm still kind of learning college basketball, so I'll start putting those plays out. I'm 1-1 in that as of right now. But, big weekend ahead, tons of action. So I'm going to have lots of plays in all 3 of those.
That's right, guys. We're with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can keep an eye on those long-term passes. We've got a 30-day pass. Get you off Chris's NBA football here for the next 30 days. And use that promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll knock that 15% off. Of course, the link in the description will take you over to Tony'sPicks.com. All cappers had to find Chris there first and get on board. All right, I've got a best bet on the board up now for college football. Also put together 3-pack and multi-packs for you today. So get on board with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm having a really good NFL year, also doing well in college football. And, of course, now you can pair me up with the cappers here with the multi-capper promotion. Get on board. All right, we got you through the show. Let's see what the cappers have over the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. All right, Rod, what you got up on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel? Lots of content you produce, and now your plans for the weekend as well.
Yeah, my plans for the weekend. Sorry, I didn't get those 5 hockey videos out, so they are archived here. I covered all 5 for you this morning, so all 5 of those are covered here. Those are the plays that I was going to shoot the video. Life sometimes happens. I just got too busy with stuff. But going forward, you know me, I try to get every hockey game out there. So going this weekend, Saturday, big card. I'll be covered there. I'll probably throw out a college football 3-teamer and an NFL 3-teamer as well. So be on the lookout for those videos as well. And you see the guy over here on this side. Actually, you can go this side, just like this. Both of these guys will have some videos out there as well for you. All 3 of us here definitely shooting some videos. Go all check those out on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Definitely good content there from all 3 of us.
Absolutely. Well, say, Chris, what do you got over on Tony's Picks YouTube channel now and your plans for the weekend?
Right now, I've got 3 videos from the NBA Cup tonight, with a little bit more in depth of the picks that I gave today. And then this weekend, more NBA. I'm getting a little bit. I've got a system worked out. It seems to be somehow I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. So I'm enjoying these things. And even though I'm filming them till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, it's still fun. And just trying to get you guys informed on the NBA. It's my favorite. And so I got 3 in-depth plays today for the NBA. And this weekend we'll be doing some more.
Right, check them out. Chris is over at Tony Picks YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're notified when these videos drop. You get them and get the best numbers if you can. All right, that's going to do it for our show. We're back again tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll have that big card from college football covered, as well as all the major sports, NBA. We got college hoops, NHL. And, of course, Sunday here comes the NFL with that 12-game card. So make sure you guys lock us in here live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time every single day. Also, if you happen to miss a show or you want to check it out again, well, we're always archived right away on our YouTube. Just click the live tab and check out our live show on replay. That's going to do it here for the show. Before we go, anybody have anything in closing before we go?
Have yourself a good weekend, everybody.
Good luck, guys.
Be safe. Good luck. Crush it. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is one of the biggest weekends of the season, so let's get it.
Yeah, it's always fun with college football coming down the stretch here and NFL teams separating. Here's with that playoff push. Wait, goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning Friday. We're back here again tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time.